What's up, Kicks family? It's your boy Meech here. Welcome to our new debate show, Sneaker Swap, where we argue a lot. Today, I have here with me Jeff J, Christian, and CJ. How we doing today, gentlemen?
Sure. What up?
Doing good.
Very good, boss.
So the topic for today is, if you had the new Chunky Dunk Nike SB, would you trade it for the Travis Scott Nike SBs? Who wants to go first? Who's up?
You want me to go?
CJ, if you're ready, bro, rock out.
I've been ready. First
Okay.
of all, I love debating this hypothetical question because you know I struck out on both of these. And the resale,
Absurd.
BR Kicks, Bleacher Report, House Highlights is not paying me the kind of money that I could even put this debate into action. But I will say, just like on the basis, no, I would not.
Okay.
Like, I was in on the Travis ones, highs, lows. I was in on the fours, but it started this Air Force One, the Dunks. To me, and I get what Travis is trying to go for, but to me, it's a little too random. Like, and I was like a Dunk fan back in the early 2000s with those Heineken collabs, and like, I've always loved a nice Dunk collab. And this is one of the Chunky Dunkies are one of the best, perfectly executed collabs ever. With like, you know, we all know what a Ben & Jerry's ice cream pint looks like. and you imagine yourself, you look at it, you go, what would that look like in shoe form? It is exactly this, like with the melted swoosh, with the cowhide hair, like the panels, it's perfect to me. So no, I would not. And I would love to hear what you guys think.
I love that. I love that, CJ. Before I drop my take, Christian, Jeff J, it's on one of y'all. What's going on?
Yo, CJ, I gotta go against that, bro. I gotta go against that. I'm not gonna lie. If I copped that, like, I guess like you, I didn't get any of them. Called both L's.
This is the L Club. This should be
Yeah,
called
100%.
Yeah.
Only L's here. Like,
Yeah.
if I got lucky and copped that like stimulus check of a shoe, bro, I'm immediately trading it for the Travis Scott SB. I don't know, just from a design perspective, like everything about that Travis shoe is better than the Chunky Dunkies. Like, you have the rope laces fire. You got like the corduroy bandana vibes on the shoe. Can't go wrong with that. And plus, like, I don't know, man, like just that it's a hit of neutral colors on it with like the pop of pink swoosh. I think that's crazy. And there's too much going on for the Chunky Dunkies for me. And I think if we're just rating SB so far this year, I think it's just ahead of it. I think number one, you got the Strange Love SBs. Then you got Travis Scott. Then I think you got like Ben & Jerry after that.
Okay.
Yo,
That's hot,
Christian.
Christian. That's hot.
Yeah.
Jeff J, talk to me.
Listen, Christian. I hear you, but I really don't, though, and I'm gonna tell you why. First off, I'm not rocking those Travis Scotts because that Paisley bandana design, where I'm from, if you ain't flagging, you really shouldn't be flagging, but for real. And you know, if you know, you know, and if you don't, Google it or ask a friend. Secondly, SBs are about thematic releases. That's what separates them from basically being an Air Jordan 1 with an SB tag. Let's talk about the Statue of Liberties that rusts away, that melts away the paint, and it looks like the symbol of New York City. Let's talk about De La Soul, self-explanatory.
Yep.
Let's talk about the 420 kicks, the original skunks. That's the biggest L I ever caught because I could have caught them retail and for only 1.5, and I never did until I saw them in real life, and it broke my heart. And just like y'all, I met the criteria to be selected, but I wasn't, right? So when you talk about that to me is what the SBs are about. They're about crushing those thematic colorways and being different from the norm. And the Chunky SB Dunks, they fit that description. Everything CJ said, from the rollout to the fact that it actually looks like a pint of Ben & Jerry's. Like,
The fact
you can't
that-
go wrong with that.
And Jeff, just to back you up, the fact that the viral videos are people eating out of the sneaker itself.
I mean,
Right.
well,
What are
That's
people
the
going to
other-
do with
Right.
the Travis sneakers? You know, I mean, it's silly. I would never do it, but
but fam, let's keep it a stack. If Travis' name wasn't on it, none of them SBs would move.
Oh, come on. Come on. Don't
SBs
do
would
that.
move.
No.
None of them.
I would
Matter of
say
fact, I won't say that.
Yeah.
The ones that we're comparing it to with the Paisley bandana, those would not move.
Hell yeah.
The Chunky Dunks right
They would
now are double on StockX right now.
Bro,
They're 4,000 versus 2,000 right now.
That's
They
just
would
all hype.
not move.
that's just all hype. Yo, Jeff, are you wearing the Chunky Dunky SBs out?
I would keep them for my collection. I might rock them once.
Okay.
But I would keep them for because I'm not a hype beast. I don't buy to resell like all of y'all. The reason why we can't get a fucking
personal attacks.
Not y'all. Y'all, the y'all that be watch. The reason why we can't get in and the bots. Let's not forget that.
I hear you. But like you just said, bro, you wouldn't even rock them. You just keep them on the back burner.
I would rock them once in a while, but I wouldn't rock them like my everyday.
That's why I'm trading Chunky Dunks for the Travises as soon as I get them, bro. Because I know that I'm crushing those Travises. We're stepping out anywhere. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, every
so,
season.
We're about to find a fifth season.
Here's another thing. So like you watch all these videos of the unboxings and the reveals or whatever, and with the Travises, with these ones, where you're supposed to frame, you're supposed to burn, you're supposed to like make them your own. Nike, stop giving me homework. Like, give it to me. Like, I already have to think about the outfit, which, I like the earth tones of all the Travises so far. And, like, I know what kind of outfit. Like, stop telling me to take a lighter to a shoe I just dropped $2K for. Like, that is insane.
There's no fit you could rock with the Chunky Dunkies also. Like when I think of the Chunky Dunkies, I think of the memes when you see the clowns dressing up and putting like the red nose on them. Like I feel like that fit goes with the Chunky Dunkies.
Yo, do you like those dunks better than the Air Force Ones not Air Force Ones, the Jordans that he came out with the reverse swoosh?
I think
no way.
I think the highs and lows Jordan 1s Travis had are better than the SBs, but like those are just like
that's a conversation for me. That one would be a conversation.
Taking that into account as far as like where the Travis Scott SB ranks among Travis Scott shoes and how important that is in my decision to trade.
Yeah. And I will give y'all this though. Anyone who's wearing those Chunky Dunks in the wild, you are a risk taker. You are avant-garde. You are all those things because that's like the part of fashion where, that's my line. That's my line where I'm like, I might dip my toe in, but I can't go all the way over. Maybe you wear all black. Maybe you just go full Haagen-Dazs on the top.
Jeff,
on the bottom. Yes.
Jeff, to reinforce what you said earlier, it is like I can pull off an ice cream inspired sneaker, but I'm not going to pull off a bandana. Like if I have to Google the shoe and the history behind it, and I love Travis, I love his music, but if I have to do more homework, I can't pull them off, and it's not worth my money for that.
Jeff J, I really love your point about themes, and like the dunks are supposed to be about executing themes. And I think the Chunkies really, really come through in that sense. And that's why I want to side with the Chunky argument, man. But like when it comes to Travis and then what this man has done for the shoe game recently, and his impact and how everything he touches is essentially gold. We got the 270s coming. Like I'm running with everything Travis. Period.
Are you talking about his impact as an artist, making shoes, or his impact as a designer making shoes? I think that's different, right?
I'm talking about the
cultural.
Of it all. Yes, cultural.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Because anybody who does anything Fortnite related, concert related, and does those numbers, I gotta give you that, like 100%, like all praises due. But then the other thing is, what's the purpose of the trade? Am I trading the keep or am I trading the sell?
That's true. That's a good point.
Because if I'm trading the keep, I'm keeping the Chunky Dunks because 20 years from now, children will ask me, why the hell did I buy Chunky Dunk SBs? And I will have a story for it. You may have a story for Travis too, but I think that retail-wise, they may be neck and neck. At the same time, if I'm buying to sell it, I know there's a Travis Scott fan I could get $6K from that for. Easy.
Well, we're also talking about Travis doing numbers, which of course he has. But man, Ben and Jerry's owns.
Oh my gosh!
But if we're talking about numbers, we don't research ice cream numbers like that.
I'm wearing my kicks. I wear everything that I got, so I'm definitely in the Travis shoes.
I could rock with that. Like if you told me either one, that's the only sneaker you could wear for like the rest of your life. Oh, give me the Travis. I'm gonna have to figure the bandana shit. I'm gonna have to figure out. I'll explain on site. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But past that,
are we gonna leave it like this, or are we gonna leave it 2-2? Is that where we're going? 2 for Travis, 2 for Chunky.
I'll
Yeah,
take both.
Let the viewers be the. I'll take whatever I could get off that damn app. How about that? Anything at this point.
Where whoever's seeing this, send whatever. We'll take a look at that.
Kicks family, thanks for tuning in. That was Sneaker Swap.
And this is CJ.
This is Jeff J.
Yo, it's Christian.
And your boy Meech. We'll catch you guys soon.